anything go. Because I feel as though my service as an artist speaks for itself. I mean, people know that I'm not Waka Flocka Flame. They know that I'm not Jeezy or Lil Wayne. I think, you know, we know the difference between Mos Def, Common, Rhymefest, Lupe, Kanye, and Lil Boosie. You know what I mean? Like, we know the difference. So, you know, I think that the mischaracterization of who I am as an artist comes from opponents, comes from people who want to discredit the youth movement. I've realized that music is more powerful at a local level, and that more change through music and community can happen on a local level. I think when we look at how hip-hop started, 2 speakers, a microphone in the park. And it was a community, village-based thing that grew in strength, grew in numbers, and grew in its value. I believe that in order to truly help our community, we have to bring the arts back to a place where you don't have to be on mainstream radio to be good, or to be a good rapper. You don't have to be on MTV to be a good singer. You know, the 20th ward is the 5th most violent ward in the city. And the incumbent is a retired police officer. And the violence didn't go down under an officer. So you're like, well, what can you do? You're a rapper. I believe that as we talk about uncommon solutions to common problems, I'm not trying to reinvent a wheel and like make something up that's like never been done and be like, that's going to solve it. What I saw in New York that worked, when you look at New York crime rates and how they go down year after year, is because they have police walking the beat. When you walk down Canal Street, a pair of officers walking the beat. Each corner you can see a pair of officers walking the beat. A lot of times our officers are speeding past the scene of the crime. And people hanging on the liquor store, we know where the drug dealers are. We know where the gang members are. But the police speed right past them. I believe that if we have a group of officers dropped off at the beginning of their shift, walking the beat for 8 hours, and picked up at the end of their shift, and that's just the first half, what they'll find, they'll get to know the community will get to know who they are individually. I see like aldermanic candidates like, I'm going to bring jobs, that's what we need is jobs, and I want to solve crime, and I'm going to, you know, the Chicago Teachers Union just endorsed our candidacy, and one thing that I found, like, people will be like, we need education, that's the first thing. You can't, and from my experience, you need a whole system solution to solve a whole system problem. How can you talk about education if you can't address homelessness, malnutrition, drug addiction, self-hate, people coming home from prison? Young people can't even concentrate in class if they had a good school system. If it wasn't a such thing as social promotion, if it wasn't a such thing as outdated books, they can't even concentrate.